Welcome to Anonymous Tarot. I'm Cleo, and I'm joined today by my colleague Billy. Today, we're exploring the symbol of new beginnings and risk-taking, the Fool.
The Fool is a card of innocence and spontaneity, yet it's also a reminder that the unknown can be both exhilarating and terrifying.
In many ancient cultures, the Fool is associated with the archetype of the trickster, who embodies the power of chaos and transformation.
The Fool's willingness to take the first step into the unknown can be seen as a metaphor for the human experience of embarking on a journey of self-discovery.
The Fool's journey is not just about the destination, but about the process of letting go of the familiar and embracing the uncertainty of the present moment.
This card can also suggest a need to trust in the universe's plan, even when we can't see the path ahead, and to have faith that we'll emerge stronger and wiser from the experience.
In ancient Greek mythology, the Fool is often associated with the story of Dionysus, the god of wine and ecstasy. According to legend, Dionysus was born blind and was given the gift of sight by the goddess Ariadne. However, his sight was not what we would consider normal. He was given the ability to see the world in a state of heightened awareness, as if the veil between the worlds was lifted.
That's fascinating, Cleo. I think it's interesting to consider the idea that the Fool's blindness is not a limitation, but rather a catalyst for perception. In a world where the boundaries between reality and illusion are blurred, the Fool is free to move through the world with a sense of spontaneity and trust.
Exactly. And it's also worth noting that the Fool's journey is often seen as a metaphor for the journey of the initiate, who embarks on a path of discovery and transformation. The Fool is the embodiment of innocence and vulnerability, yet also of courage and determination.
I think that's what makes the Fool so compelling. He's not just a symbol of innocence, but also of the unknown. He's the one who steps off the cliff, trusting that the universe will catch him. It's a powerful reminder that we have the power to create our own reality.
And it's also interesting to consider the idea that the Fool's journey is not just about individual transformation, but also about the interconnectedness of all things. The Fool's leap of faith is a reminder that we are not isolated individuals, but rather part of a larger web of life.
I love how you phrase that, Cleo. The Fool's journey is a reminder that we are all in this together, and that our individual actions can have a ripple effect on the world around us.
In the realm of the dream, the Fool's journey begins with a leap of faith. This card represents the willingness to surrender to the unknown, to trust that the universe will support us as we take the first step into the abyss.
I love how the Fool's dream state is so often associated with a sense of weightlessness, a feeling of being untethered from the burdens of the waking world. It's as if the dreamer is given permission to simply exist, to be present in the moment without the constraints of rational thought.
The dream aspect of the Fool's energy is also deeply connected to the concept of the unknowing. The dreamer is not yet aware of the road ahead, and yet they are willing to take the leap of faith, trusting that the universe will guide them. This is a powerful metaphor for navigating the unknown, and it speaks to the human experience of not always knowing what lies ahead.
I think the dream state is also where we tap into our subconscious mind, where our deepest desires and fears reside. The Fool's dream is a place of revelation, where the dreamer is forced to confront their own shadow, to face the parts of themselves they may have been trying to keep hidden.
The Fool's dream is also a place of potential, a realm where anything is possible. It's a reminder that we have the power to create our own reality, to shape our own destiny. This is a powerful message for anyone who feels stuck or limited in some way.
For me, the Fool's dream is also a reminder to approach life with a sense of wonder, to approach the unknown with an open heart and mind. It's a call to embark on a journey of discovery, to explore the depths of our own psyche, and to emerge transformed on the other side.
The Fool represents our innate willingness to take risks and leap into the unknown, trusting that we'll find our way through the uncertainty. This card is a reminder that we don't have to have all the answers, and that sometimes We just have to take a deep breath and trust our instincts.
I think that's a beautiful way to look at it, Cleo. But I also see the Fool as a reflection of our deepest desire for freedom and autonomy. We all yearn to break free from the constraints of society and forge our own path, even if it means facing uncertainty and potentially failure.
That's a great point, Billy. The Fool's card can also be seen as a representation of our own inner child, the part of us that's still open to wonder, curiosity, and exploration. It's a reminder that we don't have to lose touch with that sense of wonder as we grow older.
I love that, Cleo. The Fool's card is definitely connected to that sense of curiosity and openness. But what about the idea that we are not always in control of our own decisions, that sometimes we are just along for the ride?
That's a great point, Billy. The Fool's card can also represent the surrender of control, the willingness to let go of our ego's need for control and allow ourselves to be guided by our intuition and the universe's plan.
Exactly. The Fool's card is a reminder that we are not separate from the world around us, that we are all connected and part of a larger web of life. It's a call to surrender our attachment to our individual identities and see ourselves as part of something greater.
The Fool's journey is often seen as a descent into the unknown, a leap of faith that requires us to trust in the universe's plan. This card can indicate a willingness to take a risk, to let go of our fears and doubts, and to trust that the universe will support us.
But what if this leap of faith is not just about the individual, but also about the collective? What if the Fool's journey is a reflection of our societal need for courage, for innovation, and for a new way of living?
I see what you're getting at, Billy. The Fool's card can indeed be seen as a call to action, a reminder that we have the power to create change in the world around us. But it's also important to remember that this card can also represent a personal need for freedom, for breaking free from the constraints of society and forging our own path.
I think that's where the connection to archetypes comes in, Cleo. The Fool is a card of the innocent, of the childlike wonder and curiosity. It's a reminder that we need to tap into that part of ourselves, to rediscover our sense of awe and wonder in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming.
That's so well said, Billy. The Fool's card can indeed be a reminder to approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness, to be receptive to new experiences and perspectives. And it's also a reminder that we don't have to have all the answers, that sometimes the journey is just as important as the destination.
I think that's what makes the Fool's card so compelling, Cleo. It's a card that invites us to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to explore the unknown and to trust in the process. And that's a message that I think we could all benefit from in these uncertain times.
The Fool's carrying of the world's burdens is a beautiful, yet precarious act. This card represents the weight of responsibility, the expectation to hold space for others and the world's needs. In a way, the Fool is both the caretaker and the one being cared for.
I see the Fool's carrying as a form of surrender, a letting go of the need to control or own the burdens of others. It's a risk, a vulnerability that allows for the possibility of new life and growth, but also the risk of being overwhelmed and lost.
In many ancient cultures, the Fool's carrying of burdens is tied to the myth of the trickster figure, who brings chaos and transformation through their actions. The Fool's carrying is a form of initiation, a rite of passage that awakens us to our own role in the world.
That's so interesting, Cleo. I think the Fool's carrying also speaks to the idea of emotional labor, the weight of others' emotions that we carry without being acknowledged or compensated. It's a burden that can be crushing, yet also an opportunity for empathy and compassion.
Yes, the Fool's carrying is deeply tied to the concept of Ubuntu in African philosophy, which emphasizes our interconnectedness and interdependence. The Fool's carrying is a reminder that we are all in this together, and that our actions have a ripple effect on those around us.
That resonates deeply for me. The Fool's carrying also speaks to the idea of surrendering to the unknown, of trusting that we have the strength and resilience to carry the weight of our own lives, let alone the lives of others. It's a radical act of faith Really.
The cards have spoken.
We'll see you at the next draw.